Hello, I'm Catrina M. Craft, and you've just tuned into the Craft More Cash podcast, where finance meets innovation and strategy becomes reality. With over 2 decades navigating the twists and turns of tax strategies and business strategies, I've had the incredible opportunity to work with startups and Fortune 500 companies alike, crafting pathways for businesses to grow and thrive. I've tailored my expertise to serve the unique needs of coaches, creators, marketers, and real estate investors. I'm on a mission to equip business founders with the financial savvy they need to grow real wealth. So buckle up and let's dive into the world of financial success, innovative strategies, and the stories that make us all want to keep pushing forward. Welcome to Craft More Cash. Let's make wealth building simple, fun, and effective. Ready to transform your financial journey? Let's start crafting. Hello, this is Catrina Craft. Today we're going to talk all about budgeting and really what it means to budget for your life. We want to talk about a percentage of income when determining your budget. So today, let's consider using percentages so that you know what percentage of each category goes into your budget based on the income that you do receive. The first category you should consider a percentage of is housing. Your housing budget should not be more than 35% of the income that you bring in. So between 25 to 35% is a good housing budget. Although you may qualify for a home that's more than your 35%, that does not mean you should go out and maximize what you qualify for. So remember, housing should be between 25 and 35% of the income that you get. The second category you should consider is insurance. That would be medical insurance, home insurance, car insurance. It should be between 10 and 20% of the income that you bring in for your budget. The third category is food. Your food budget should be between 10 and 15%. Also, you must consider transportation budget. That budget should be between 10 and 15% of the income. So your car, if you have a car note, if you have gas, you got to consider repairs for your car as well. So let's look at transportation being between 10 and 15% of your budget. Utilities should be between 5 and 10% of your budget. So the total income that you bring in, your utilities should account for 5 to 10%. Your savings, remember, you need to save. Saving is 10 to 15% of the income that you bring in. At a minimum, you should try to do 10 to 15% of what you bring in as income. Also, you want to have a charitable spirit. So charitable giving, 10% if you're tithing, and some people even do more than 10% if you have a cause that you really want to support. But charitable giving, consider 10% of your budget. Fun and entertainment. We don't want to miss that because we are working so that we can enjoy life. So let's put a 7% for fun and entertainment in your budget. Don't go over 7%. The next item is clothing. 3% for clothing is a great budget for clothing. And personal, 5%. Sometimes you just have personal expenses that are not included in any of those other categories. Let's make that 5%. I will be dropping these percentages below so that you can keep track of that and start doing your budget. But remember, you may have other items that are not included in this. So if you have a pet, I know pets can be very expensive. You have to consider what percentage of your budget is going to go toward pets. Children, you may have daycare. You may have activities that your children are participating in. That should also be a part of your budget. If you have debt, it's important to try to pay your debt off. So the debt that you need to pay every month, you need to consider that as part of your budget as well. And let's say emergencies. A lot of times things come up, especially if you have a home. You may have repairs that you need to take care of. So make sure that your repairs are included in that budget that you need to make sure you have as a resource in case something happens unexpectedly. Let's also just consider if you needed to buy something like a home and you know you need 10% down or you need 15% down, you need to consider that as part of your budget. So if you know in 2 years you want to buy a home and you need $24,000 deposit, that means you need to start saving $1,000 a month. And that $1,000 also needs to be a part of your budget. So I hope that you have a better understanding of maybe some of the common percentages that you need to consider when you're creating your budget. You want to make sure that your percentages are not at a line, so you're not spending 50% on entertainment and then you have nothing left to cover your essentials. And you don't want to be house poor, so you don't want to put all of your money in your home as well, although it can be an asset depending on if your house appreciates. But you don't want to put all of your money in your house as well. You don't want to overextend yourself. Where do I go from here? Tax advisory services, a little higher investment, but in exchange, we work directly with you to grow your wealth over a period of a year or longer. So that's the plan where I'm actually looking at your situation, developing, okay, you need a LLC, you need an S Corp. I'm going to look at your tax deductions. Okay, where are you missing? We may need to go back 3 years. So my investment, what I'm saying is an investment, could really be money in your pocket because I'm going to save you money. Plus, we may go back some years and get you some money because you have losses in some years and gains in others. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you've enjoyed this budgeting video, and I will continue to post additional information, and check out below. I will give you the percentages, and hopefully this has helped you live a life where you have cash management skills and you continue to enjoy life, but within reason. Thank you.